Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making a gorgeous lemon rose tinted lip balm. So it's a softer lip balm, so I put it in a tube, and it's got a really lovely tint as well. There are also hand swatches at the end of the video if you want to see it a little bit closer up. I've recently been using this lip balm from La Roche-Posay, the Cicaplast lip balm made with panthenol, and it's called their barrier repairing balm, and it's really, really lovely. And I've really been enjoying how it's in a tube, and it's got sort of a semi-firm consistency that I've really been enjoying. And so I kind of thought I wanted to make something like this myself, and then I remembered I haven't used rose wax in a while, and that I'm on a huge lemon rose kick right now, and so that's sort of how we ended up with this project. Because I wanted more of a soft, gel-like balm, I opted to use Cera bellina instead of beeswax. Cera bellina is a modified beeswax that creates oil gels that are really neat. And then to up the occlusive, creamy factor, I also used some stearic acid to harden it, which gives us a really unique and really quite lovely consistency. In addition to the Cera bellina and the stearic acid, we've got some rose wax, which is the scent. Rose wax is very soft though. You're not going to get any hardening from it. It's got roughly the consistency of shea butter. So if you don't have rose wax, I'll detail some substitutions in the accompanying blog post, which is linked down below. But that substitution is not just more Cera bellina or any other type of hardening wax. To round out the base of the balm, we've got some sweet almond oil, and you could use pretty much any other sort of lightweight to mid-weight liquid oil in place of sweet almond oil, especially if you have a nut allergy. Definitely swap that out. To round out the scent blend, I've added some lemon essential oil. Now, lemon essential oil does have the potential to be photosensitizing, but when used below 2%, which we're doing here, it is not, which is lovely because the lemon and rose blend is gorgeous. Our color comes from carmine, and I show you a 1% and a 5% version so you can see how different amounts of carmine give you a different product. And there's more details in that, including information on substitutions, again, in the accompanying blog post linked in the description box below. But come on, let's go make some lip balm. Alright, so these are our heated phase ingredients, and we're making a pretty small batch, just 20 grams, because 20 grams is actually a lot of lip product. So we're just going to measure everything straight into this wee dish here. So fire up our scale, and our first ingredient is Cera bellina, and we're going to need 3 grams of that. Up next is 2 grams of stearic acid, 1 gram of beautifully fragrant rose wax, and 12.85 grams of sweet almond oil. Now to melt this all together, I'm going to pop this in a water bath. So this is a wide flat bottom saute pan that's got about 1/3 of an inch or a centimeter of water in the bottom of it, which is less than I'd usually use, but this dish is a lot shorter than I'd usually use. And I'm going to go pop this on the stovetop over medium-low heat for about 10 to 20 minutes until everything has melted through. Once everything is melted through, you can remove your dish from your water bath and you are done with the water bath. So I'm going to give this a bit of a stir, and we're going to want to stir it somewhat frequently as it cools to ensure that everything stays evenly mixed. But we don't need to stir it constantly. So I'm going to come back every 2 minutes or so and give it a stir. So it's been just 4 minutes and we are ready to add our Cooldown Ingredients. You can see it's got a really gorgeous consistency here, and it will continue to thicken up a bit. So we've got our nice precise scale here. Gonna boot that up. And our Cooldown phase is our vitamin E, our lemon essential oil, and some carmine liquid dye. So for vitamin E we need 0.1 grams. Lemon essential oil, we need 0.05 grams, which is kind of 2 to 3 drops. And of carmine, we need 1 gram. So to package this, we're going to put it in some squeezy lip gloss tubes, because as you can probably guess from looking at it right now, it wouldn't fare particularly well in a hard screw up. And then we will need a syringe to fill. So this is a 20-gram batch, so these are sort of two roughly 10-gram tubes, and then we do lose some of the balm to the syringe, unfortunately. So to fill it, kind of what I like to do is get it there and then just push it all the way down and then wipe it off. See if you can get it as far down in the syringe as possible. It just helps reduce the mess, though when you're dealing with this color of pinky red, reducing is really, yeah, about as good as it's gonna get. Now, in case you're wondering about color intensity, this is 5% liquid carmine dye, and these ones I made with 1%. So I thought I'd do a little swatch comparison on my hand so you can see. I found that 1%, though it looks very pink in the tube, really is invisible. And then here's some of the 5% there. And that does actually offer a pretty, still a pretty subtle tint, all things considered. I don't think, you'd necessarily guess that looking at the tubes, but that's kind of what you're looking at. So if you want no tint, I will detail how to do the 1% version in the blog post, which is linked in the description box below. And then if you want to do the 5% for the some tint, that's the version we just made. And there you go. You just made a gorgeous lemon rose tinted lip balm. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and do remember to go down to the description box and click through to the blog for information on where to buy the ingredients, how to scale the recipe, and substitutions. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.